Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Guy Dawson Show at the World Center of Broadcast Media, WCOBM.com. My name is Guy Dawson, and I am the managing member of Classy Communications. It is a media and marketing company, and if you would like to bring greater recognition to your business, your organization, or yourself personally, please get in contact with us at 702-845-6129 or visit our website, classycommunications.net. We are broadcasting to you live from the Gene Woods Racing Experience in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. Just a stone throw. See, Trina hasn't caught on yet.
I have it. Next time. Sorry.
Trina Marie is not poaching on my gig.
Right.
Like
you
some
said
of my other.
I'm just sitting there.
She knows about it, but I really appreciate you for. Well, see, she had that.
She's winding up.
Trina Marie Fennessy is back as a co-hostess of the show. Thank you so much for stopping by again.
Thank you for having me.
And you brought a friend.
I have.
Hopefully we're still friends.
Just remember, I love a great debate. Even if we argue, if you give me some good, hard truth and facts and things for me to go and look up and research, I'm like, okay, I'll respect you that much more.
Asha Jones is the political director for Hillary Clinton's...
For Nevada. Former.
Position's over. Political campaign. Yeah. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I am excited.
You have just embarked upon an adventure that I'm sure you're going to remember for the rest of your life.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. Amazing. Like the hardest job I've ever done, but most rewarding. It was amazing. I'm still catching up on sleep. I was joking with people. I was like, no, literally, it was 7 days a week, 15, 16 hours a day. But that's just everybody. So when you have a team of 200 or 300 people who are all committed like that, it was amazing. It was energizing to be around them, and a lot of them were young folks, so that really helped. I was like, well, okay, I can keep going. Yeah. But it was just great work, and Nevada made me so proud. Like our state, we get a lot of national attention because we are the first in the West in terms of reporting out and with our caucuses and voting and everything, and can set the tone. So it was a great thing to be a part of. Like, I still get goosebumps. It's still surreal. Like, you're like, did I really do that?
I mean, people can have their opinions about how this turned out, but you have to admit, this is the most memorable political campaign that I've experienced. I mean, I've been voting for a while, and I don't think there'll ever be a campaign. Well, I mean, never say it. But when you think of just the engagement that people had in this whole campaign, I've never seen anything like it. Have you?
Well, I mean, 08 is probably the most memorable for me for obvious reasons, but we were seeing like the same thing. The opportunity to work with one of the most qualified people in the world, in my opinion, to run the country, and to see what that meant to people on both sides. I mean, it did bring out a lot of opinions.
Ooh, yes.
A lot of opinions. But
I'm talking from that point of view because I know Obama being elected was on a different level.
Right.
But in terms of people having very strong opinions about the candidates, I never remember
that I will say that hasn't happened
to that level.
I think that and we discussed this, before we started, not to the level that maybe they should have, but the electorate is becoming more astute, like at least more engaged. People do have questions and they want to know and they want to understand. Now, they may not get their information from the right places, but I think that was refreshing to see at all ages. Everything from the millennials to seniors, people who were just really like, I want to know why, asking questions, doing a little bit of research. I still maintain they should have did a lot more, but it was good to see. I mean, folks in the grocery store, I would put a shirt on and you have people who just are giving you comments, good and bad, but that's something I hadn't seen that energy before, so that was good.
I know. I said, too, that this election, and I'm not that old, so for what I know.
She's on this election.
We were just talking about how she's the baby of the group and everything, and we haven't really decided if that's true or not, but I'm assuming
that. Okay, I'm gonna let her have this.
You could be the baby.
Thank you.
You're absolutely right.
No.
No, but it's the interesting part about this election is to know that it will go down in history books. I just know without a doubt that it will definitely be in history books, and also to see the nation so divided. so either divided or so confused that they're just like, you know what, I don't know which way to go. It was just, it was interesting.
Right. I think it was one of those, and I think you were there when we had Senator Booker.
Yes.
And someone asked him to speak to the apathy. And his response, I wish I would have recorded it. I actually want him to do it again and send it to me. But he talked about just, we don't recognize what it meant to have the freedom to be apathetic, which you should never exhibit. And he went in and he was like, we have a responsibility to be engaged. So it is really frustrating when you talk to people who are like, I was overwhelmed, I just didn't get involved. And I'm like, how dare you? How dare you? No matter if you're a white man, a black woman, the rights we have in this country, people fought for and died for. And for you to say that you're overwhelmed by TV commercials and that's why you're not engaged, I think is a total cop-out. And it's a disrespect to just all of our nation's heroes and all of our legacy. And I think it's just a matter of people making a choice to not be involved. It was easier. Yeah. It was easier to just say, I'm over it. And then we're going to come full circle, and there's going to be a lot of things that we have to address that are going to be a direct result of people not voting. And we saw this in the state legislature in 2014. People didn't come out to vote. And now there are some things. There was a meeting the other day with some issues with the school district that had 700 people. And it's like, oh, now you're concerned. Well, you know, this is the issue. You should have been concerned back in 14. But now these changes are here and they're happening. And you're going to have to deal with them. But how do you impress that upon people during the election? It's hard because folks just feel like, I got to worry about my kids and cooking.
And I feel like I'm an advocate. I've always been an advocate of saying these things. If you don't vote, I don't want to hear what you have to say.
At all.
Just sit down, be quiet. That's what you did during the voting process, so continue to do the same thing. And if you voted and you didn't get your way, it's okay. Join committees, join programs, join whoever, do whatever you have to do so that your issues that you're passionate about, you can make a difference and you can change things. That's what this whole process is all about. But just don't sit back and go, I'm not going to be involved at all.
Right. And I think that's so far from what our country was based on. Our country was based on people who wanted change and wanted something different. And fought for it. And they fought hard. And now you can't even sit through a commercial? Like, are you serious? Like, come on. So I think that...
I think that's a cop-out. When people say that
Definitely.
it's the negative advertising that causes them not to go and vote. I mean, there's all kinds of negative advertising every day, and it doesn't stop people from doing the things that that they want to do. So I think people use that as an excuse for being apathetic, basically.
And that's just something that I don't think we have the freedom to do, and not just in politics, but in life in general. Because what else do you not speak up on because you don't want to be engaged or you don't want to be out there? There's a host of issues, and that we all need to advocate for. And everybody's issues are different. But I worked in homeless services for a long time, and it was one of those things like when you work in the programs and you're like, oh my gosh, if the world only knew. So then you start advocating and trying to tell people these are the issues, and some folks listen, some folks don't. But I think that's what we have to do. And like I said, that's what our country's founded on. So...
Well, I'm going to ask the very first
Here she
question that
goes.
I've been dying to ask one of you.
We've only got like 40 seconds left, so let's...
So even though Nevada did well for the Democrats, why do you think that the Democrats lost?
I think that one of the issues, and it was something that we focused on it, and like I said, my control was in Nevada, was breaking the information down. One thing that Democrats do, we will hit you with a policy paper, we will hit you with, a 30-page breakdown, and on the other side, it was sound bites. It was just quick words. It was things that people, could really just take in. And I think one of the challenges we have is we want to give so much information that we may overwhelm people. And we need to really just make things real. And I talk about this in terms of, and this is totally off topic, but in the church, like when you're talking to me, make it something I can use today, right now. And I think that was one of the challenges. People didn't see, maybe in some of those other states, the way we were able to do it here, what was at stake and what role they played in it, because the information was just so much. And I'm not talking about the negative.
We've got a lot more to talk about. Let's go to commercial break, because I have some questions for you as well. And this is a really interesting show because I had a Republican candidate that I represented as a PR person. So I've been really in this last campaign, and I have been very deep in the political process. And again, I'm a registered independent. I always put that out there as a PR guy. That that really kind of fits me. But I'm so happy to have you here. I have some questions. We're going to take a short commercial break and be back with more of the Guy Dawson Show.